What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. All right, so you guys, man, we got Spike Lee exposing how Tyler Perry segregates black artists in the studios, bro. This is not the first time we heard this about Tyler Perry. There's been numerous of people coming out speaking about Tyler and what he recommends at the studios, bro. Numerous of people. They say he's nothing like he portrays to be behind the scenes. So now we're having Spike Lee exposing him. Let's get to the details.
Because each artist should be allowed to pursue their artistic endeavor. On today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records.
It wasn't cool because I thought that Tyler Perry would be happy and excited for me. I'm another black man. We both in the same neighborhood.
Right.
I just didn't feel that. Like
I've been so off Tyler Perry movies. I don't watch Tyler Perry. I mean, it's like my Dia shit been jumped the shark. Like it's only a matter of time for it's gonna be like my Dia goes to Mars. I always end up getting pissed off at Tyler Perry movies. Temptations, that shit with a girl was cheating on Lance Gross and.
Spike Lee and Tyler Perry, arguably two of the best black film directors in the last 3 decades, haven't been seeing eye to eye now, and it's clear to see why. This beef started as early as 2009. During an interview at the 14th Annual Black Enterprise Conference back in 2009, Spike Lee had a few things to say about the black consumer and the black image. Spike told Ed Gordon in so many words, "Black folks love to see themselves shuck and jive. Why? Black folks support the buffoonery through ticket sales.
White folks are crazy. This TV reviewer for the Times-Picayune, his review.
Now, let me add my 60 cents. The truth is, Perry has an unbelievable knack for sketch impersonations and comic timing, but his moral fables and stuttering black men in colorful clothes feel old, and Lee is not a fan of that. He thinks Perry is actually an agent of white Hollywood gatekeepers. According to Lee, there has to be another way to make black folks laugh than recreating babbling black men who wouldn't have enough sense to remember their own name if somebody carved it on their face. It's clear that Tyler Perry has a knack for bringing black folks to the theater and making them laugh at big-haired, mammy-style black women. Spike Lee, on the other hand, fights for racial equality in American cinema. Over the course of his career, Perry has established himself as one of the most commercially successful figures in the world of American entertainment. Known for his trendy dramatic works, Perry's stage plays and television shows manage to capture the masses because of their melodramatic twists and turns. While he is cited by some as a champion of black entertainment, other prominent black creators, such as Lee, have often criticized Perry's impact on the industry. As a pioneering filmmaker, Lee set out to achieve completely different things through his art. Mastering the art of political cinema through masterpieces like Do the Right Thing, his films tackled complex issues like America's violent history and the omnipresent racism that is embedded within the structures that govern the country. His vision of cinema exhibits a raw and powerful energy that consumes the audience, opening their eyes to...
Facts. So, bro, I don't want to pause it too much, right? But I got to give Spike Lee his flowers, bro. He's always put out that positive message in his movies, bro. And he never degraded people. The black people, the white people, any type of people, bro. Any color, creed. Especially the black people. Unlike Tyler Perry. I must say that now. Facts is facts. You know, I'm not judging nobody here. By all means, get your coins or your bag, Tyler, or whatever the case may be. But money is not everything, bro. Money is not everything, bro. But I just want to take this moment to give Spike Lee his flowers, bro.
Different socioeconomic realities. While discussing the landscape of black art, Lee claimed that artists should have personal liberty, but blamed creators like Perry for propagating racist ideas while capitalizing on the worst impulses of American audiences. Each artist should be allowed to pursue their artistic endeavors, but I still think there is a lot of stuff out today that is coonery buffoonery, Lee explained. In addition, he criticized the problematic symbols propagated by Perry's dramas. The imaging is troubling. During an appearance on Who's Talking to Chris Wallace, Perry responded to the criticisms by saying he had heard it all. According to Perry, the attacks against his popular Medea character are the result of elitism in the black community. He insisted that his stories originate from his childhood experiences, especially his time with his mother and her friends. While elaborating on the defense of his entertainment brand, Perry insisted that it comes from a place of love. He said, "There's a certain part of our society, especially black people in the culture, that they look down on certain things within the culture. For me, I love the movies that I've done because they are the people that I grew up with that I represent," Perry added. So when someone says you're hearkening back to a point of our life that we don't want to talk about it or we don't want the world to see, you're dismissing the stories of millions and millions of black people. That's why I think it's been so successful, because it resonates with a lot of us who know these women and these experiences and Uncle Joe and so on and so forth. In later years,
Bro, that has nothing to do with making people feel uncomfortable at your studios at all.
Lee clarified that the feud between him and Perry had cooled down, and he said that he was only airing his personal opinions. However, he still maintained that Tyler Perry is more of a businessman than an artist.
My man, I've never ever said that Tyler Perry was not a great businessman.
Fighting his corner in a past interview, the Medea maker said, "Like, my mother would take me to the projects with her on the weekends. She'd play cards with these women. Most of them didn't have a 12th grade education, but their stories and how much they loved each other, and how when they'd get sad about something, another would come in and make a joke. I'm 5 years old on the floor with my Matchbox cards. I was in a master class for my life."
I couldn't help but think about my mother. I remember being a kid, about 5 years old. She would take me into the projects with her when she played cards on Friday nights with a bunch of women.
Perry also recently said that poor reviews from the Medea movies made greenlighting his Jazzman's Blues epic more difficult. Academy Award winner Lee has severally called out Perry's work and said that, while the Medea franchise has made a lot of money and broken records, we could do better. "A lot of this is on us. You vote with your pocketbook, your wallet, your time," Lee said of Perry's fandom. The man has a huge audience, and he's very smart with what he's done. At the same time, for me, just imagery is troubling. Back in 2011, Perry told the Wall Street Journal that he had tuned out Lee's comments on his work. "I'm so sick of hearing about damn Spike Lee," Perry said at the time. "Spike can go straight to hell. You can print that. I am sick of him talking about me. I am sick of him saying, 'This is a coon. This is a buffoon.' I am sick of him." He talked about Whoopi Goldberg. He talked about Oprah. He talked about me. He talked about Clint Eastwood. Spike needs to shut the hell up. Early last year, Perry said that while Lee was very vocal about my work, Lee's legendary film career made Perry's. He ultimately named one of his sound stages after the Black Klansman director. "I honored him because I don't care what he said. How can I ignore his contributions?" Perry said at the time. "Had he not done what he did, I wouldn't be here." Lee wrote on Instagram to Perry after the honor, "God bless and keeping on doing God's work." Perry also spoke out about Lee's comments.
Whoa. Now that was a shot. So Lee told Tyler Perry, "God bless and keep doing God's work," bro. That was a shot. That was a below the belt jab. I'm telling you, because Spike Lee is being funny because of what Tyler Perry is doing in his shows and showing to the people, like him dressing up as Medea, cross-dressing as a woman to get views or to get the money or whatever. Spike Lee is trying to tell him, like, bro, God didn't make men that way. So why would you want to put out that image, basically?
2015.
So that was a jab.
New York Magazine interview saying, "You have to be careful because our audiences cross-pollinate a lot of times. There's a lot of my audience that likes what he does, and there's a lot of his audience that likes what I do. And when you make those kinds of broad general strokes and you paint your audiences in them, they go, 'Wait a minute, are you talking about me? Are you talking about my mom?'"
They do, though.
But why is Lee so influential? So much so that despite frequently criticizing Perry, he still honored him at his Atlanta studios. Lee is an award-winning filmmaker, cultural icon, social critic, and die-hard New York Knicks fan, whose career includes directing, producing, writing, and acting in feature and documentary films. Most recently, the HBO documentary NYC Epicenter's 9/11. His vast body of work, close to 40 films, has won numerous awards, including an Academy Award for Black Klansman.
Wow,
and an
40?
Emmy Award for the documentary When the Levees Broke. Lee's book, Spike, a career-spanning monograph of his work and life, was released in late 2021. Through his bold and provocative storytelling, Lee has been an important voice on race, racism, and other social issues for 3 decades. He received the Directors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award in March of this past year. His company, 40 Acres and a Mule Filmworks, is based in his home borough, Da People's Republic of Brooklyn, and he lives in Manhattan with his family. On the other hand, Perry is equally one decorated artist, despite his on and off character that rubs the likes of Spike Lee the wrong way. The mastermind behind 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times best-selling books, Tyler Perry has built an empire that has attracted audiences and built communities from the Tyler Perry Studios home base in Atlanta, Georgia, throughout the world. Celebrated among the pantheon of today's greatest cinematic innovators, his unique blend of spiritual hope and down-home humor continues to shape his inspiring life story, connecting with fans across the globe and always leaving space to dream. He deserves his flowers, too. Perry's legacy is the modern epitome of the American dream. Born and raised in New Orleans, his childhood was marked by poverty and a household scarred by abuse. From a young age, Perry learned to write down his daily thoughts and experiences in a series of soul-searching letters to himself, advice he gleaned from Oprah Winfrey that ultimately set his career in motion. Characterized by strength, faith, and determination during a turbulent adolescence, these letters provided him with the inspiration to delve into writing his first play, I Know I've Been Changed, in 1992. Saving every last dollar, Perry staged the play for what he hoped would be a packed audience, but the seats remained empty. Never would he have imagined that 6 years later, that same play would sell out a local run, forcing the production to move to the acclaimed Fox Theater in Atlanta, or that in 2015, his original play, Medea on the Run, would be sold out in theaters nationwide. All in all, no one is taking away what Tyler Perry has achieved, but like Spike Lee says, he needs to do more for his community. He is in a position to directly impact his community positively, and a host of netizens agree with Lee on that, like the one who tweeted, "Don't blame these exceptional, legendary black actors for working on Tyler Perry films. Blame Hollywood for not giving them better-paying roles to which they are more deserving. Perry's horrible films benefit from their talent because the racist industry won't hire them." With another adding, "As much as I love what Tyler Perry does for black actors and actresses in his amazing facility in Atlanta, one day we're going to talk about how his movies are dangerous for black people and ridiculous." So, there you have it. Do you think Tyler Perry has done more bad than good for black actors? Let us know in the comment section below. And that's...
Bro, to be quite honest, I don't know what I don't keep up with Tyler Perry, right? So I can't say what he's done for the community or whatever. But the things that stands out is this to me. When you compare Spike Lee to Tyler Perry, there's a very, very big difference when it comes down to the culture. You know, it's like sometimes we be blinded by the lights and the camera and the action and everything like that. And of course, Tyler Perry had made some great achievements. But when you compare it to Spike Lee's, let's say Spike Lee don't have as much content out as Tyler Perry. But it's the quality, not the quantity sometimes. You feel me? Or with me, it's always the quality over the quantity. So on that note, and if Tyler Perry was to decide to try to change things up a little bit now, he'll fall off. He got to ride out where he done started. It's kind of almost like a gangster rapper want to turn singer, R&B singer. You know what I'm saying? Your image is your image. That's how you start off. It'll be hard for you to change that. And right now, like I said, it's numerous of people that's been coming out speaking about Tyler Perry and the wrongful things he's done especially in his studios. Now, personally, I do not believe in a man dressing up as a woman. I really don't. But to each their own. That's my opinion. So, I mean, whatever y'all take is y'all take. Y'all comment down below, man. Let me know what y'all take on it. Y'all think Spike Lee have a point on what he's saying, or you think he hating on Tyler, bro? Comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like button. You dig?